Over the last few days, a lot of deals have popped up on the eShop, with many games going for brand new low prices, as well as a lot of game collections and bundles are on sale too. There's quite a lot of games discounted, but I've got you covered with the madness, as I've assembled what I think are the highlights from the sale for you. Your next game on Switch awaits, so let's dive into the list. Jitsu Squad is one hell of a beat-em-up game. Moves and inputs are inspired by classic fighting games and can be chained together for huge combos. In addition, players can tag out other characters at any time, kind of like the Capcom vs. series of games. It's a pretty unique system, but more importantly, very fun to play, allowing players who master the gameplay to do some pretty wicked stuff to enemies and bosses alike. Visually, it looks great. I love the comic book style, especially after all the fixes that have happened for the Switch version. It's a blast to play, and for beat-em-up fans, I consider it now to be a must-get on Switch. It's going for 50% off, down to $14.99 on the eShop. The Portal games are masterpieces. There's no doubt about it. They have received near universal praise for their ingenious design and tricky puzzles that you have to solve with a portal gun. The Portal Companion Collection on Switch is an excellent way to enjoy these games on the console. They look great, they control excellent, and it even has the online co-op of Portal 2 intact, and to top it off, you can take the games on the go. It's on sale for $6.79 during the latest eShop sale until September 27th. The first Teslagrad game was an indie hit with its puzzle platforming gameplay. Players control a young boy who uses electromagnet powers to explore a deserted tower full of traps and danger. It's a game that will test your reflexes as well as your brain power. The original game is on Switch, but there's also a remastered version that was released last year with some visual changes and updates. It's nothing major, nothing worth going out of your way for if you own the original game, but if you don't own the original game, then you might as well spring for the remaster, especially since it's on sale for just $2.99 now. That's a brand new low price for the game on the eShop. The Trine games are some pretty fun puzzle platformers. Players swap between characters and use their abilities that are exclusive to each character to solve puzzles and progress through levels. The Trine games do offer multiplayer support in both local and online play. In multiplayer, each player takes control of a single character instead of one just controlling them all. That aside, these are some really good games with some nice level design and puzzles, and they also look good on Switch. They definitely do not slouch in the visual department. The Trine Ultimate Collection is a good way to get the majority of the series for the Switch, as it contains the first 4 games, and the bundle is currently on sale until September 26th. Cotton Fantasy might just be the best game yet in the series. It's a fantastic shoot-'em-up, there's a lot of replayability, and a bunch of different characters to choose from, as well as unlockable levels, and the ability to choose your own path and what stages you want to tackle. It's a game that I think every shoot-'em-up fan on Switch needs to check out. Right now, it is relatively cheap. It's on sale for just $9.99 until September 26th. I'll be honest, when I first heard of them's Fighting Herds, I thought it was a game that was actually going to be pretty poor, but apparently, the game ended up being an indie fighting game hit. It's received some really solid reviews for its combat system, smooth cartoon animation, the amount of content, and the fact that it has rollback netcode. Pretty insane for an indie game. There's a full story mode, filled with challenges and minigames to boot, multiplayer, both local and online, full training, and tutorial modes, and a thing called the Pixel Lobby, where you can customize your avatar and hang out with other players before you do battle. For just $6 right now, I think it's a pretty good deal, especially considering this game rarely ever goes on sale. Grapple Dog is a 2D style platformer with a physics-based mechanic around the ability to use a grapple to traverse through levels. You need to master the use of this mechanic to swing your way through stages, collecting as many collectibles as you can, while also dealing with enemies, and in some cases, giant bosses. Now, what I can appreciate about this game is the variety to the levels. It's a fun little game with a solid game mechanic that's worth checking out for fans of 2D platformers. It's currently on sale for $3.74, which is a brand new low price for it on the eShop. Funtasia is a side-scrolling physics-based racing game where your job is to race to the finish line as fast as you can. As easy as it sounds, it's not that easy. You gotta master your timing and balance over the many ripples, speed bumps, cliffs, and other obstacles that the game throws at you. There's 40 different cars to master, tons of challenges to complete, and online leaderboards to track your times. Also, I gotta say, it's got a pretty crazy and trippy art style going for it. I kinda like it. Anyway, it's just $1.99 on the eShop, which is not bad. $2 is a pretty good deal for this game. While gamers will have to wait for the remastered edition for a bit, the original version of Yooka-Laylee on Switch is on sale for pretty darn cheap. Yooka-Laylee is a 3D platformer that's inspired by all those classic platformers of yesteryear, especially those Banjo-Kazooie games. When you see the gameplay, you can instantly see the correlation in the gameplay and lots of nods to that classic game series. There's plenty to find in the levels as you collect and obtain secrets, and of course, there's some great and challenging platforming to be had too. It's on sale for $3.99 on the eShop until September 30th. The Assassin's Creed Anniversary Edition Mega Bundle is back on sale yet again, but this time it's even cheaper. It's on sale for $36.99 now. This bundle is a tremendous value as it contains every collection, every Assassin's Creed game available on Switch. It has Assassin's Creed The Ezio Collection, which has Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, as well as 2 short films, and all the single-player DLC. Plus it has Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, with Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, and all the original solo DLC for them. And finally, it also has the Rebel Collection, which has Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed Rogue, plus, of course, all the single-player DLC for those games too. This bundle includes a lot of games, a lot of content to play through. If you don't own any of these games yet on Switch, and you've been meaning to play them on the system, then this is a good deal to hop on. The Atelier series, the famed JRPG series from Koei Tecmo, has seen a ton of releases on the Switch, and the amazing part is, not a single one of them is a bad game. They are all pretty solid, with some ending up as some of Switch's best in the JRPG genre. Don't let the cute or kawaii nature of these games fool ya. The gameplay is addicting, with its deep alchemy, crafting, and synthesis mechanics that have a huge impact on everything in the game, from the battle systems to advancing the story and solving side quests. Arguably the most famous and well-received of these games is the Atelier Ryza Trilogy, which has received rave reviews on the platform. I highly recommend starting with the first one if you've been interested in checking them out on the Switch. That one is a great starting point for new players, and luckily it's on sale at a brand new low price, going for $19.79 on the eShop. If you already checked out the series and are interested in picking up the sequels, they are also on sale for brand new low prices on the eShop too, with the second game going for $23.99 and the third one going for $35.99. All three are great, fantastic games, but again for newer players, I highly recommend starting with the first one, as that is the beginning of the trilogy, but also so you can appreciate the changes that progress through the sequels. $20 for that first game is a great deal to jump into the series without breaking the bank. When it first came out on the Switch, this survival arc game was utter trash. It was one of the worst ports on the Switch. But around a year or so ago, the game was given another go on the Switch with a completely reworked edition that absolutely ended up blowing the old one away. Reworked visuals, systems, everything, the new version of Ark Survival Evolved on Switch is now a game that is most certainly worth playing. I'll link a video down below to Digital Foundry's in-depth look at the new Switch version in case you're curious. But for those who are ready to dive in, the new updated version of the game is on sale at a brand new low price in the eShop of just $7.99 until September 30th. The Season Pass, that includes the 3 expansion packs, is also on sale for $9.99 too, which is a brand new low price for that too on the eShop. Back in the day, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series was the best skateboarding series, especially the first 4 games. They were loved for the gameplay and received rave reviews for media and players alike. A few years ago, the first two games were remade in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2, and in addition to a new modern look and improved visuals, they added more tricks in the later entries, as well as some quality of life features, online multiplayer, and even some new content and characters to play as. It's a pretty solid remake, and it's honestly one of the best skateboarding games to come out in the past few years. If you've been wanting to pick it up on the Switch, now is a good time. It's been deeply discounted, achieving a brand new low price in the eShop, just $13.99. Considering it's technically two games in one, I think that's a pretty good deal. Night Dive Studios has done an excellent job with their updated re-releases and remasters of classic FPS games, like the Quake remasters, the modern version of Doom 64, and the re-releases of the Turok games. Speaking of the Turok games, the remasters of them are excellent, with updated visuals and lighting that still preserve the classic look, along with support for modern controls and a bunch of quality of life features. On Switch right now, you can get the whole trilogy at a huge discount. It's going for $23.99, nearly the same price of what the third game is going for right now. I highly recommend this if you're a fan of the classic games and want to experience them again with less of the issues that the original games had. Also, if you're new to the series, this is a good bundle too. These are classic games for good reason. The Atari 50, the Anniversary Collection, is one of Switch's better collections of classic games. Digital Eclipse has hit a home run with its presentation that incorporates video, pictures, and games, and more into an interactive timeline, basically a virtual walkthrough through a museum, if you will. This is a must for any video game history buff, or those who are a fan of Atari or retro games. Game-wise, the collection includes a ton of games from the arcades, and of course Atari 2600, but this collection also includes stuff from the 5200, 8200, the Atari computer line, the handheld Lynx system, and even the Jaguar. Basically stuff that tends to be a rarity when it comes to these Atari collections. Plus there's even brand new games included too. If you want to get this collection on Switch, now is a great time to do so, as the collection is on sale on the eShop for a brand new low price of $23.99. If you already checked out the Atari 50 collection and you loved what Digital Eclipse, the developer, has done with those games, with their museum-like presentation, then you definitely need to check out their other games in the Gold series. The Making of Karateka covers the history and background of Karateka from start to end in their interactive, documentary-style format with the original versions of the games, along with two remastered games. This is on sale for a brand new low price in the eShop of $13.99. Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter story, is the latest one in the Gold series, covering all about Llamasoft, the company, and their games, and its founder, Jeff Minter. This actually includes over 40 classic games with new quality of life features, as well as a new Grid Runner remastered game. This is on sale on the eShop at a brand new low price of $22.49 until September 25th. Another good, yet straightforward Atari collection on Switch is the Atari Flashback Classics. This contains 150 games from the arcades and Atari 2600 and 5200 consoles. This is a pretty massive collection, it's all emulated well, and it even includes online multiplayer and leaderboards for the games. It's nothing fancy like the Atari 50 collection, but at least you get a lot of games, including stuff that isn't included in the Atari 50 collection. It's on sale on the eShop at a brand new low price of $15.99. The No More Heroes series is known for its over-the-top gameplay that has you playing as Travis Touchdown, an otaku who goes on a quest to earn money to feed his addiction, aka he needs to buy video games and anime collectibles, and he does so by taking on assassins. Oh, does that not make sense? Well, these games really fall into the making sense category. That's okay though, the craziness adds to the charm. The first two games are certified fan favorites, and a few years ago, they got re-released on Switch in updated modern versions. With the visual enhancements and modern controls, these versions make them the best way to enjoy these classics now. Both games are on sale at just $9.99 each, which basically makes them into some sort of buy one, get one free type of deal if you want both. And trust me, you'll want both. The Rune Factory games are awesome, combining elements of farm and life simulation with action RPG gameplay. These spin-offs of the Story of Season series arguably had some of the best games on the DS, and the later two, numbers 3 and 4, have received remasters for modern consoles, with lots of fixes, new content, and quality of life updates that make them better than ever. Rune Factory 3 Special is on sale for $19.99, while the sequel, and arguably the best game in the series, is on sale for just $14.99. A modern sequel to the hidden gem Neo Geo arcade game, Andro Dunos II, is a damn good shoot-'em-up. It has the classic arcade visual look, so it looks the part, but it also features some really nice level design and some solid gameplay mechanics that makes this game better than the first. In this game, players have access to 4 upgradable weapons that you can switch on the fly, and they can be leveled up through collecting power-ups. Each weapon in game has its use, depending on the situation, so in order to succeed, you're going to need to learn and master each of these weapons and not favor a single particular one. I like that. It forces the player to get comfortable using all the weapons. If you're a fan of shoot-'em-ups, then make sure to pick this one up on Switch. It's on sale for a new low price, just $1.99. An insane deal via the latest eShop sale. In Cursed to Golf, you play as a golfer who is stuck in purgatory, and he needs to play and win all the courses in order to return to the land of the living. The gameplay takes place in a 2D style, and you need to navigate through some pretty insane courses while avoiding many traps. Just like traditional golf, you have a set amount of strokes, and if you go over, well, it's over for you. There's ways to earn additional shots by shattering idols with your golf ball on each course, but there's also ways to permanently upgrade your shot counter too. It's a challenging game, but it is a lot of fun, especially when you triumph over a course. It's on sale for a brand new low price of $5.99 until September 23rd. SteamWorld Dig 2 is a Metroidvania game that has you playing as Dorothy, the steam robot, who is searching after Rusty, who was the protagonist of the first SteamWorld Dig game. You're going to have to explore the mine by digging, as well as taking out enemies that come across your way. And of course, like any good Metroidvania, there's plenty of upgrades and secrets to find while exploring. This game is a lot of fun, and while there's lots of other Metroidvania games out there, especially on the Switch, this one stands out just because of how well done the game is. It's a quality game that is truly enjoyable from start to finish. This is currently on sale in the eShop at a brand new low price of just $1.99. And there you go, that's the latest eShop deals. So many games, so many new sales and discounts, I love it. We are heading into this time of year where there's going to be a lot of sales and discounts, especially since this is going to be the last holiday with just the Switch system by itself. So if you're looking to stay up to date with those deals, as well as looking for some game suggestions overall, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications turned on, so you do not miss out on any future videos. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and subscribing. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next video.